Hope to me as a survivor is believing that what the experience is today is not what the experience needs to be in the future. Despite the darkest and hardest of times, that change is possible.
It's more than a word. It is the way we move. It is the way we engage with each other. It is a promise that we make with each other every time we connect, every time we speak, every time we partner together. Hope is the propeller. It is the destination. It is the map. To me, hope is everything.
To me, hope is giving people something to believe in. It's giving people something to feel good about and to look forward to waking up tomorrow to experience.
Hope to me is community and the drive that pushes all of us to build a better tomorrow than we have today.
When I think about hope, I can't think of hope without thinking about faith, without thinking about having an expectation of something that is bigger than the moment we find ourselves sitting in. You know, we get caught up in the moment of what is, but hope invites us to think about what can be.
Well, you know, I've been doing this work for a really long time, and hope is embedded in the center of it. Regardless of the job that I've done or the job that I see others doing, hope is why we do it. Hope is the thing that keeps us going. It's what gives us strength, because what we see all around us are examples of incredible hope. People are so resilient with help and support, and with the kind of work that we do at the network, hope happens all the time.
I think the Vermont Network is a necessary and valued voice in the State House, one that we as legislators look to when we're looking at policies that look at criminal justice reform, when it looks to how we protect marginalized Vermonters such as LGBTQ folks, and knowing that the Vermont Network has always been on the side of the people and the people who are most impacted.
Every member, every person involved with the network fighting for change and truly listening to survivors and what we need and what our experiences have been, just tirelessly fighting for that change and lifting our voices up. That gives me hope and inspires me to continue to fight for change.
We are known for our integrity. We're known for our ability to be in the room with people that we don't necessarily agree with, but to find common ground and to move forward in ways that support survivors and our member organizations.
There is nothing stronger than the power of connection, and the network helps grow connection and support and love. The network creates opportunities and possibilities for people that they never thought they had.
Meeting people where they're at, understanding their experiences. That's how the network's growing hope.
It has changed. I've been doing this work a long time, and it has changed so much. And I really appreciate the network's work in thinking about things differently.
When I think about how the Vermont Network instills hope in us, I think about Project Uplift and my work with Fathers and Dad Guild, and how we're creating space for dads to talk about how they're feeling in healthy relationships and raising children in a way that's supportive of a violence-free Vermont.
To be connected with the Vermont Network in this way as a small organization said to us that we were seen, that we were affirmed. And so I think that's how the Vermont Network is building hope, is really just is a hope dealer, right? In the sense that they connect with small organizations like ours. They offer assistance, they offer support, the coaching, the mentorship, the wisdom. They're saying there's a new way of being, and we are going to lead and set the roadmap and set the blueprint for what that new way of being is.
So I think they grow it one person at a time, one organization at a time. They grow it through relationship. They grow it through connections with other people. They grow it through the work they're already doing and doing it well and tying it into and allowing people to connect to their rituals and their cultures and their spiritual growth, to the things that matter most to us as people. If the pandemic has taught us nothing, relationship is where we find our strength. and our connection to one another, and where we find our hope for what we can be and who we can be.
So the other thing for me that sets us apart in the nonprofit world is our attention to joy and to love. The way we center humanity, the way we center joy, the way we recognize that we have to have this vision of love and joy to lead us into a world that's free of violence.
And I think there's a lot of work also that's being done internally inside of the organization, right? Around freedom, around equity, around rest and restoration. That also speaks and sends home the message that hope is their business.
If we look historically, it would be really easy to believe that violence is inevitable. We can see violence all around us, both, in our world, in our communities. But what we come back to is that every time there's violence, violence is a choice, and every time violence is used, there are reasons behind that choice. And often the choice is made in a really limited little bubble that feels like there aren't any other choices but to use violence. We believe in a world where people actually have other choices, where they have choices to engage with each other in different ways. And the idea that violence is inevitable is an old-fashioned idea. We're actually facing forward. We're facing the future. We're facing a world where people don't have to use violence to get their needs met or to express themselves. We're stepping into a world where violence is a distant memory, and we believe that world is possible.
Folks should know that you guys are doing your work. My God, you're doing your work. And the fact that you do your work as a team makes you better as an organization to be able to really embody hope elsewhere. How do you think about hope as a physical presence? Hope really is open-hearted. And so you can't do hope this way because that's insular. Hope requires you to open parts of you that otherwise aren't open, and allow people to see those bits and pieces that they otherwise wouldn't get a chance to see. So it requires to be outstretched. It requires your palms to be up so you can receive as well as give. It requires some sense of you engaging and inviting relationship. And so you can't do hope unless your hands are open and your arms are outstretched.